Over on the Reddit, the Lolcow Reddit, y'all don't even give these two a break. Every time I get a free minute, I go over to Reddit, I go to Lolcow Live subreddit, and it's fucking Wings killed a family of 4 and Boogie is a racist. Thoughts of this video of Wings?
I don't say his name.
He's been sniffing the living shit out them fingers.
No,
Yeah, it's you pulling wedgies and then sniffing it.
That video.
What the hell?
I can tell you exactly what happened in that motherfucking video. See, I got these huge ass fucking nuts that make basketballs envious. In my boxer shorts, I've been sitting there streaming for like 4 hours, and then my boxer shorts had like basically turned into a thing and like cutting a line in between my nutsack. So I had to pull that bad boy out.
Car show became a
And because my dick's immaculate, I had to give it a sniff.
What the What's wrong with you, bro? Here's the deal. Ethan Klein gives Trap Daddy a platform. We're going to listen to this. It's 46 seconds long.
When me and my wife found out that Boogie took her virginity, we just looked at each other like, oh my God, bro. He's like her first boyfriend.
Look how Keemstar's
And
enjoying
he's like
the video.
a 50-year-old, like he can barely walk. I just watched this video talking about he's on a fucking walker now. And then I was Snapchatting there like, on the strip in Vegas, like this could be us. Like you could be in these fucking jacuzzi suites with me and my girl, and we could be partying in the fucking suites in Vegas. And I'm sure that lifestyle seemed a lot more appealing to her than fucking
been living in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas, yeah.
He's going through and he's saying that he did in fact cheat. Boogie, is there an update on this?
Yeah, there's a bit of an update. So he ended up going on Ethan's kill stream because, well, I guess he just didn't appreciate the fact that I got into your ear to try to help him get a fight. He didn't appreciate the fact that I pitched it to our audience to try to help him get a fight. I guess this man's just not really serious about saving his wife, because we all knew once he was on Ethan's podcast, there ain't no way you paying that man money. And I sure the hell am not going to be trying to persuade you to do it anymore. That man just killed his own wife by doing this.
But what was the activity between him and your girlfriend? There had to have been more.
No, it was very simple. She added him because he asked her to as a smoking buddy. She asked me, can I add this couple? I said, sure, why not? He started turning it sexual. He kept trying to show her this, that, and the other. She kept ignoring his ass. Eventually, she dropped his ass, and that's when he went to the podcast.
I wish there were logs saved of this shit. I honestly do, because like this had to be the worst 4th grade game I've ever seen in my life. He's probably like, if I show you yours, will you show me mine? Because like the motherfucker couldn't even get his microphone to work on stream. Like the dude's a functional illiterate. First off, he's over here nice and shit to my face the other day. He's like, thank you guys for this opportunity. Thank you guys for talking to me, blah, 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 jerking my fucking dick. And then running over here to this fucking offender who jerks off to fucking Nikki Haley and just talking shit to us. Why? Well, like, what's the fucking, what clout chasing are you going to get from fucking Killstream? You'll be the biggest fucking fighter on fucking Rumble, dog.
And it's so funny
because like the other 8 viewers.
You look at the comment sections of the subreddit, they ain't buying his bullshit. I ain't buying your bullshit. Keem ain't buying your bullshit. You've murdered your wife. You had a shot. You took your shot, and I chose kindness.
Holy shit, Boogie. You're saying he murdered his wife?
By choosing, he says that he needs this fight to save his wife's life. He needs this fight to save his wife's life. Well, by going on Ethan Ralph's show, you may as well pull a bullet in your wife's head, because you ain't never going to fight me or Wings. I promise you that. Keemstar ain't going to cut you a dime. Okay? At this point, ain't nobody on this podcast would spit on you or your wife.
This is getting fucking cold.
I mean, that's the reality of it. The reality of it is I tried to be nice to him. He leaked DMs to Ethan Ralph. And in that Ethan Ralph DMs, you can see I was kind to him. Because here's the thing, and this is my personal opinion. I will turn the cheek one time. One time I will be nice to you. But you try to shit in my hand a second time, son, you're going to eat that shit. And that's the reality of it. And so when he's at his wife's funeral, man, I hope he remembers he decided to get in Ethan Ralph's fucking bullshit show and suck Ethan Ralph's micro penis, and that's why he'll never have a fight with nobody at this table.
The block is hot, Boogie. He hurt you. He definitely hurt you.
Yeah, of course. You know, here's why he hurt me. You came at Desi, which sucks, okay? But Desi's immune to your bullshit. You know who wasn't? You know who got easily manipulated by this? asshole. It was me. I offered to help him. I offered to help him get a fight. I offered to get in a year. I offered to put him in the Lolcow podcast if we ever did a live show, to do a fight afterwards to make him money, because I felt bad for his wife, because I felt bad for his kids, because I felt
why did you
bad
go
for
this
him.
route, Boogie? Because he was using your back as a fucking stepping stone. He even admitted that to your face.
Yeah,
like on the show.
Dude, a trap daddy. First
Lesson
of all,
learned.
manipulated your girl, got in your girl's
Lesson
DMs.
learned.
He manipulated you, got in your DMs. This guy has used and abused your entire household.
And so did my mom, and so did my dad, and so did all these other people. But at the end of the day, I like to prove that I can be a good person, even when I'm up against the wall, even when I'm stressed, even when you're putting shit on me. I'm more than glad to try. But you shit on my lawn twice, you're going to eat that shit. It comes down to as simple as that. So remember at your wife's funeral that you f***ed up. Simple as that. Yeah,
So I got a question here. If Keemstar allowed me to ask a question. ESP recently let Kat out the bag again. I don't know if you've guys seen this. And Kat has gained considerable amount of weight.
Yeah, she's a big woman. She's a big woman.
There was a rumor back in the day with your first marriage that your first wife gained weight during her marriage to you. Is that true? And if so, how did you guys deal with it? Because DSP kind of like put it out in front. And I feel like you kind of like just kind of hid her away for a long time.
I try not to talk too much about my ex-wife's stuff because she's no longer in the public eye. And she has requested that I don't speak too much about her anymore. That said, I will give you this. From her childhood, she went up and down the scale because she's, always never had a perfect relationship with food. And so I'm certain that she's probably gained and lost weight since her and I were together. But she gained and lost weight while we were together.
Did somebody gift members or something?
It doesn't pop up in my chat.
Good
Last one I had was chicken
Studios
salad.
became a member.
Oh, I know what's happening. There's a glitch right now in the YouTube members.
Caremto
People can buy Argentinian currency, and it will buy members at the Argentinian rate, which is like $20 for 50.
I saw this happen. I saw this happen to Dark Side Phil. And
it happened to me today, this morning. I got like 200 members.
Dark Side Phil was like complaining. He's like, I'm never gonna financially recover from this. Like, dude, tell me you're spending the money as soon as you get it.
How is he not gonna financially recover? It's still $20, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still $20, but like everybody gets access to like his members like perks and stuff like that.
Dude, I don't care. Fucking run it up, bro. If you can get 50 people membership through the glitch, use the glitch, motherfuckers. Get yourself a deal.
Yeah,
damn straight. Use the fucking glitch. It's still money at the end of the day. It all spins. Keemstar, why the fuck do you believe in this alien bullshit?
Is that what your personality is now? It's all I've seen you tweet about.
First, I'll show you my brand that I just made. It is called Sky Fire News on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. It's everywhere. Go check it out. Go follow it. But when I was a kid, he asked me a question, then he gets up and leaves. Can you still hear me? Thumbs up if you can still hear me. He can't hear me. What a piece of shit. He goes, why are you into these UFOs? Anyhow, when I was a kid, I saw a UFO. So I've always been interested. I've always spent a lot of time watching documentaries, hearing stories.
When you say you were a kid, like how old?
I was roughly about 10 years old, and I was on the school bus on the way to school, sunny day, not a cloud in the sky, and there's two fields. There's a field and there's a patch of trees in between, like woods, in between these two fields. When I got to the one field, I was looking out the window and I went, I don't know, like meditation or something. By the time I got in front of the trees, something was communicating with me, right? It sounded like my inner voice saying, you're going to see a UFO. You're going to see, something in the sky. Be calm. It's cool. You're lucky, to see this. Get to the field. Sure enough, there's like a silver object in the sky. It's not moving. And the sun is like reflecting off of it, kind of. Very small. It was pretty high up, but I could clearly see it. Looked at it, didn't notify anybody else on the school bus that it was there. I just felt like I was lucky.
Nobody else seen it, but on the school bus, you didn't like look at that?
No, not at all. Not at all. It was like, I don't know, telepathically speaking to me or some shit. And then 5 minutes from school is where I start freaking out. That's where I'm like, whoa. And at that point, I can't tell anyone. That was like 15 minutes ago on the school bus. And when you're a kid, like you kind of believe in magic and you believe in like weird stuff like that. So I didn't think it was a big deal. And then as I got older, it became a bigger and bigger deal to me. I've always researched the topic. I've always watched a ton of stuff on it late at night, like every single night searching it. Now there's a movement for disclosure and for the government to give up the secrets.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
At any time in your life, have you ever doubted this school bus vision? Like, maybe you didn't think about it, or maybe you hallucinated it?
Oh yeah. I was a kid. Maybe I had you know, when you're a kid, you have a wild imagination. I said, yeah, that could be a possibility. I believe it. Like I really believe it.
I'm on the fence here. Like, if you're in the desert and you want water, you might find an oasis.
Yeah.
Because your brain makes things up to reconcile with the world around it. Like, you ever hear people that have like near-death experiences? They say, oh, I was on the hospital roof and I was dying on the gurney. Or, oh, I was outside of my body and I could see myself have 2 gunshots to my chest and I could see the doctors. And there's even like studies where like hospitals will write something on like the top of the lights in the surgery room, and people will be like, oh, I know what those numbers are. You know, in situations like that. But all of it always leads back to their foolish. And the reason I say this is the reason I don't believe aliens have ever visited us is the same reason we've never visited them. Everything is really far away. And it's like they're constrained by the same physics that we're constrained by. They're constrained by mass and light and the fact that the closest like inhabitable planet is 28 light years away. But that's not even an inhabitable planet. It's the closest star to us.
Yeah.
It's 28 light years away.
But Wings,
so like,
Wings, you got to understand, they might not be from this dimension. You know, they might be from a different dimension. So they're not.
You say there's like this whole galaxy thing, and there's just another like a whole nother world sitting on top of each other.
Yeah,
and
like
they
right
slip
next
through
to them.
time.
Yep, the multiple different worlds, dimensions, if you will, and they're slipping in and out of this dimension, and they're traveling that way. And in fact, David Grush recently said that that's where the evidence is leading them. And also Jeremy Corbell, who just released the UFO Jelly video and who's released other videos. Again, you know, it's this world where you have these people who believe and they're putting forth evidence that the government has this and it exists. And these are government people plus just citizens. Like there's all these organizations that truly believe this stuff. Then you have the debunkers, right? Who debunk everything, right? And this battle is happening in real time and people don't know it because there's no news source that is covering, okay, this debunker said this believer said that. Right now, there's a push from Congress and a bunch of congressmen, which we've covered on Skyfire News, where they're saying they're not aliens. The things that are visiting us, these ships and everything, those are angels. And they, as wacky as that sounds, they truly believe this.
You're under the impression that the only government that's hoarding aliens would be like the United States government or like Canada. Are you trying to say like the United Arab Emirates would be, you know, tight-lipped about aliens, like Bangladesh or China or anywhere else that aliens might visit or somebody could see in the sky? Everybody as a collective is just tight-lipped about it, and they're like, oh, we should never tell anything about these things. Like the Republic of Congo would be like, yes, we'll never say anything about the Greys visiting us or the aliens.
I don't think they even have an option because the United States goes in and just retrieves the stuff.
You realize the United States couldn't keep the president from like getting a job and keep it secret, right?
Look, I personally believe that we're being visited by, you know, ET stuff. But I also believe, you know, a lot of these UFOs that we're seeing in the sky are man-made. Like, I think our government has some crazy stuff. You know,
I believe what you're saying there, because when the SR-91 Blackbird was first seen, people thought that was a UFO. And
I also believe that some of the stuff that we're seeing aren't from a far, far star. They're from a different dimension.
You know, I will go as far as to say that the universe isn't what we perceive it to be, because it can't be. Because we can only perceive things in 4 dimensions because of time. At the end of the day, dark matter exists, and mathematically we can prove that half of all the matter that makes up this universe we can't even interact with or perceive. So, I mean, I'm open to anything, and I do not doubt that at some point there would have been extraterrestrial life that's checked in on the human race at some point. But I don't understand why they would be so active here. Like, why would they give a shit about us? We're an anthill.
Well, we
it's
also
like a human being seeing an anthill and deciding to dedicate 100 years of their lives messing around with an anthill.
We also have a historical record. Aliens that have crashed in a small town in Texas in like 1873 or something like that. All in the paper, right? We have in the 1950s we had aliens flying over Washington D.C. for like 3 nights in a row. We have that. Like, there's a whole historical record before we had any technology like this that's well documented. You know, it's like this is not a new thing. You know, if you go through and you read
all these sightings dried up when the Apple brought the iPhone out, though, right?
Yeah, once there was a camera in everybody's pocket, suddenly the
aliens and Bigfoot said peace.
Now I have to stop flying my vehicle.
What are you talking about? We have more sightings now than ever.
We have a lot of
because like if there was a legitimate like HD alien footage, right? That because like, every alien footage I've ever seen has been some like trashy VHS looking footage, right? Like it looks like the Patterson film, which is like a Bigfoot thing.
I mean, it looks like the Nephilim footage out of Florida, you know, which is obviously stupid. Nobody believes in that. Somebody said Ralph is watching this live stream right now anyway, because of course he is.
Yeah. Should we bring Ralph in so he can call everyone a
pedo? If he wants to, he's just going to call everybody a pedo. That's all he's going to do.
He's just going to stink up the place with patheticness, and that's really saying something to come from me.
He's been begging to come on this show. What has it been? Well over a month, like at least once a week, 3 times a week. He's posting videos, calling you guys. He's been begging to get on here. What's his Discord? Let's get his Discord. Let's get him on here.
Oh, that's me, Keem. How's it going, brother?
What's going on?
How you been, man?
Good.
Camera, man.
How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I heard the whole boxing thing. Salvo told me the whole boxing thing kind of fell apart, though, man.
What boxing thing?
I mean, did that actually happen? Or he said he said you couldn't set those up anymore.
Real Saeed became a member.
No, that's not true. I can still set up boxing matches.
I mean, that's what Salvo said. I'm just repeating what he said. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's literally wearing his Happy Punch hat right now with his chain.
Yeah, he says a lot of things.
Okay, well, I'm just wondering because he said you didn't even have the capability to set up a fight anymore.
Not true.
I see Big Boogie here, and he seems really upset about those DMs that I released where it showed that his girlfriend cheated on him with Trap Daddy in Las Vegas and was down for a full trip and a full ride out to Las Vegas. By the way, do you know how many times Boogie has DM'd me and talked about himself over a subreddit called Sam and Loki? Do you know how many times you've DM'd me and talked about killing yourself? He told me he was going to kill himself and he was going to blame it on the subreddit, and they were going to shut down the subreddit. They were going to shut down Kiwi Farms. They were going to shut it all down.
Yeah, I was once suicidal, son. I was once suicidal. I overcame that. Thank you for pointing out how I overcame that. Yes, I did. Look at me right here. I'm right here looking at your pussy ass, aren't I?
And then you just also admitted that your entire documentary was fake, that was all just bullshit.
No, like me and Mike said, we took the seeds of truth and we exaggerated.
You took liberties. You took liberties. Is that what you mean? You took a little creative liberties. That means a documentary is supposed to be based on truth, Boogie. It's not a fictional.
You might want to tell that to every documentary ever made. You might want to tell that to every reality TV show.
Are you a documentary expert now, Boogie?
Nope, but Mike Clemens.
No, he's not. He's a fucking LARPer on YouTube, just like you.
Well, all right.
Your girlfriend was sending scantily clad pics to some fat fucking Vegas.
Ain't nothing worse than she shows. I can't help the fact that she is fucking gorgeous.
Well, you know what? I can help that. You know what? If my bitch did that, she'd be in the ICU, Boogie. So I don't know.
I don't have to pay my girlfriend no more, Ralph. I don't have to go to another country. I don't have to go to another country to get laid.
I live in Mexico. I'm living large in Mexico.
Oh, I bet you are.
I don't have to beg for people to save my house, Boogie.
At large in Mexico. Last I heard,
you made up a fake video about being broke. Are you going to talk one at a time, or do we want to just yell? I mean, I can yell. Nobody can yell louder than me. We can go one at a time, or we can yell over each other. I'll beat you and Wings in the same night.
You'll never get the chance to go, Ralph, because again, like I told Trap,
in the same night, I will fight you first because you're the easiest. Obviously.
You gotta be somebody.
I want you for the warm up.
If you want in the ring with me,
and then I'll beat Wings in the same goddamn night.
Yeah, well, you'd
What
have
makes
to
you that
be somebody to
confident?
get that chance, son.
Ralph, why do you
And
want to
this- I'd
fight
have to
these
do
guys?
what?
Ralph, why do you want to fight these guys?
Well, I don't like because they're fake and they're boring, Keem. I mean, look, just listen to me come on the show and liven it up immediately. Because
Oh, yeah.
both these guys suck. You guys are talking about aliens like you're George Norrie or something. Like, what in the most boring fucking content I could ever fucking imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Check
you
view
didn't want to
numbers, though.
acknowledge
Check
all
view
the
numbers,
alpha
though,
males
Ralph.
in the chat.
Because I think
would
last
whoop
I checked,
both
we're doing
these fat
10
motherfuckers in
views
the
you're
same
doing.
fucking night.
Yeah,
In the
last I
same
saw,
fucking
yeah,
night.
last I
I
saw
will
we're
whoop
doing
both
about
of you.
10 times
And
the
then I'll
views
fuck your
already,
bitch.
but-
And then I'll fuck your bitch right in front of you.
Ralph, what makes you think you can beat me up?
I mean, video evidence. You can't even hardly walk.
You realize I just fought Boogie like 6
You
months
fought
ago, right?
Boogie.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wings, you
but there's
fought
video
Boogie.
evidence me
Wings,
fighting in a ring.
Wings. Wait. Think about what you said. You fought Boogie. Boogie could barely even move. I think he threw like 5 punches the whole fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you really think that's what it's going to
And
be if I was in the ring with you?
Up? You know who did beat you up, though? Faith Vickers. What about Adrian Blair? What about Amanda Morris? I heard they beat you up pretty bad, huh?
Well, I'm not going to talk about any of my
I bet you
female
won't.
associations.
You realize I'm bigger
I bet you won't,
and faster
son.
than you are, right?
Well, I mean, you
Even
know, I
with
have
the
legal
weight
things
difference.
going on. I can't talk about certain people, but
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you
We
can
don't-
lie about all the money you spent
Yeah,
on hookers. You
we
can
don't,
lie about being broke. You can talk about how your daddy jacked you off. You were
That's the
on the
thing that
kill
happened, yeah.
stream and said your dad jacked you off on the kill
Sure.
stream.
Because he did.
You
It sucked.
said
You're right, I
on the
got
kill
molested.
stream
Yeah.
that your daddy jacked you off.
Yeah, I got molested, Ralph. That's the thing that happened. Another
And
thing
you
I overcame.
admitted that
Thank you
live
for the
on
trophies
air.
tonight.
You
Yeah.
were live on the kill stream in order to get
I'll admit it
sympathy
right
because
here. I
Frank
got molested
Castle was
growing up.
slapping you around like a
Yeah, I'll
You
admit
said
it right
your
here. I got molested
dad
growing up.
jacked
Thank
you
you.
off on the
Thank
kill
you for the
stream.
trophies. Thank you for the ribbons. Thank you for
Your
telling
daddy
Dottie
jacked
another
you
thing
off.
I've
Guess
overcome.
what? My
That's
daddy
true.
never jacked me off, Boogie.
Congratulations. That's another thing I
You know
had
what?
to
I
overcome.
wouldn't let that
You
happen.
privileged
I wouldn't
piece of
let that
shit.
fucking shit happen. You let it happen. Obviously, you enjoyed it.
I was
There's a guy
11.
in Portugal
Did
that
you
could
enjoy
jack
it,
you off if
Boogie?
you wanted
Boogie.
to.
Hey, Boogie. Hey, Boogie. Did you enjoy it? Just admit it, man.
I don't know. Did Faith Vickers
Did-
enjoy it?
did
Did
you enjoy
Adrian
it?
Blair
Did you
enjoy
enjoy
it? Did
it?
Amanda Morris
Did you
enjoy it? Is
enjoy?
that how you
Did
how you keep from eating
Did
a
you
bullet
enjoy your
sandwich every night,
daddy
Ra-
jacking you
Ralph?
off?
Is that
Did
how
you
you keep?
enjoy
Is that how
getting
you keep from
by
blowing
your
your brains out,
girlfriend
Ralph?
3 days ago?
Because the women
by
that you
some
hurt and the
fat
women
fuck
you
that
molested,
nobody
you
even
pretend they
fucking
enjoyed it?
knows.
You pretend
Your
they enjoyed it
dad
too?
jacked you off,
The women that
Boogie.
you
There is
molested,
no
the women that you
recovery
raped?
from that.
Is that how
Your
you comfort
daddy
yourself?
jacked
Comfort
you
yourself?
off. You talked all that shit about fucking Trap Daddy's wife earlier. You should have killed yourself. You should be the one in the goddamn casket.
Oh no,
you
I'm
fat
out live
motherfucker.
all you motherfuckers.
And
I'm
you're
out
not
live all
too
you
far away
motherfuckers.
from the casket, by the
Yeah.
way.
Ralph,
I
You're
look
not
forward
too
to-
far
I look
away
forward
from
to-
that casket.
I
you
look
son
forward
of
to
a
you
bitch.
dying in jail. I look forward to you dying
You're
in
not
jail.
too far away from that casket.
You know who I support? I support
Boogie,
Faith
shut
Vickers. I
up.
support Adrian Blair. I
Boogie,
support Amanda
shut
Morris.
up!
I don't care who you support. Support whatever fucking you want to support.
When
Who
this
gives a
show
fuck?
started, Ralph, you started going after these guys. Why? Like, why did you start going after them?
Well, because I
How
don't
did it all
like them.
start?
They're not entertaining.
I know, but
He's upset
there
that we
anything
get more
else to
views.
it?
than
Also,
him.
Tommy C sucks. I will say you made the right choice getting rid of Tommy C because he really did suck. So I will give you credit on that, Keem. And I noticed he just got quietly pushed out of the picture. Where is Tommy C, by the way? Is he in the witness protection program? What's going on with Tommy C?
Oh, he just can't do
Tommy
the
C's
live shows.
probably laying by his beautiful wife.
Yeah.
enjoying
Oh,
him
you
a
think
nice
so?
rest.
In his
You think
beautiful
so?
home.
just did a
You think it's
podcast
just
earlier
an
with him.
accident?
In a
You
country
think it's
that
just
he's
an
welcomed
accident
in.
that Keem took over the hosting duties? You think that's just an accident, or is it
no,
that
that's a
Tommy
lot-
C
Keem does
sucks
a lot
at?
of
The
dream
difference
stuff.
between the recorded show and the live show, but you know.
Oh
hey, it's
yeah, okay. Well, where is he?
Well, he's currently
he
Bring him
doesn't
in.
come
Probably
on the
asleep.
live show. He doesn't come on the live show.
Oh,
he only comes on
okay.
the recorded
okay.
show.
Okay.
Wings,
I mean, he's a pedophile.
Wings,
so.
would you
What
fight
makes
Ralph?
you think I asked to fight Ralph at the event in London, and he was got?
And I said I would. And I said
you
on
didn't.
my show multiple times that I would. And also, Keem, you know for a fact you lied about me refusing to fight with Boogie. You know for a fact I accepted that. Boogie knows for a fact I accepted that.
When
I
did
had
I
the
say
DMs
that?
proving that. I don't know if you said it, but Boogie said it.
What? I never
Boogie
said
said that I refused to
Yeah,
fight
whatever.
him. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. We have the clips. I mean, if you really want me to
I
dig them
said
up,
it.
we'll find them. I didn't refuse to fight Boogie or you, either one of you fat fucks. Well, there was a fight where you lied and promised me and Worski $100,000, which is ridiculous. You paid Worski $10,000, and he
offer you
split
100K?
$5K with fat. You said it was up to $100K we could make, is what you said.
Yeah, between the two of you.
Which is total bullshit.
I mean, it's possible.
Just admit
to
it.
get that much.
Well, it's possible. I mean, goddamn. It's possible the aliens you were talking about land.
Yeah, but you
right
gotta
now.
you gotta sell sponsorship.
You guys
man.
activated a fan base that were amped up to see a fight like that. So yeah, it's very
You
possible to
offered
get that
up.
much.
You said you made it sound like we would make $100,000, and I knew that was trash. And then you said, "Well, Ralph, you got to change the content of your show, and you can't say this, and you can't say that, and you can't do this and that." Well, dude, that's not me, man.
You can't say the N word, and you can't say the F word, and you immediately.
I don't
said
say the F word that often. I do say the F word pretty often. I mean, you're just making it up.
I'm not making that up.
Oh, and I can start the virtual camera, so I should be able to.
I'm not making that up. Me, you, and Worski were talking about.
I did not say the N word on that stream.
And at the end of the stream, you went back on the Kill Show and you started saying the F word and the F word. You said "Keem," and then you started saying that.
There's footage of Wings talking about fucking midgets because they look like 8-year-olds, and they make him think of children. There's footage of him talking about women with small hands, reminding him of children, and that's why he appreciates petite women. There's footage of you talking about watching child Wings. There's footage of you talking about watching a 14-year-old girl get throat by a horse till she vomited on the horse's cock, and the cock still came in her mouth. All that footage is out there, Wings.
Hey, Ethan, you may not be aware of this, but did you know the chicken didn't actually cross the road? A horse didn't actually walk into a bar. Sometimes people exaggerate the
you think he made that up?
Purposes of a joke. Yeah,
you think
sure.
The
it was a
14 comments of him talking about watching child are just all fake?
Yeah, I do. I know this guy.
Well, why would he say that, Boogie? I don't have any comments like that.
The same reason I say
I've never said anything about watching child porn.
I'd like to point out of the four of us.
Okay, Boogie. Okay, Boogie. How many times have you talked about watching child porn?
I probably made that joke when I was a teenager, for sure. Yeah, probably made that joke.
Well, this motherfucker was 30 years old.
Well,
I was not 30.
Some of us mature at different ages. The point that I'm making is,
you were 26. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Big difference. Oh, okay. Oh, my mistake. My mistake. My mistake. My mistake. You said that. Now, did you make that up?
I made that up.
Why would you make that up? What kind of sick would even think of that in the first place, Wings?
Ralph, how long you been on the internet? Like, honestly,
about 10 years.
I've been doing this for 17. The internet was a completely different thing back in the day.
Same.
You didn't think about shit like following you.
Wings, I never thought about shit like that ever in my life, dude. Like, I don't even.
My job on PKA was to be entertaining and to be shock jockey.
Is that entertaining?
I do here. You know who's talking about it more than I am right now? You are.
Yeah.
Like, you're bringing it up more than I am.
You're dead to rights, dude. Like, and there's way more comments than that.
There's not way more comments.
There's way more comments than that.
There's nothing.
There's way more comments than that.
Let me ask you this.
You talking about fucking midgets because they look like children?
First off, let me talk about that. That's completely out of context. That's cut
Is
out.
it?
That was on my podcast called The Podcast Show, and we were asking, what's the weirdest piece of you've ever seen? And mine was a midget fucking a she-male, and we went in to why would you do that and how fucking gross would it be to have sex with a midget because they look like a child. These are left out.
Okay, well, what about the
of the video?
Okay, all right.
And
like, what about the comment about the awning? You said you saw some children fucking under some awning or something like that.
That was neither one of those videos you're talking about. Anybody is holding a license up. They were just young, and that was something Kyle.
So you just made that up. You just made that up.
That was actually on YouTube.
You just made that up.
Did
you watch the child or no?
I did not. No.
Then why did you say you did?
Because that's why people say the chicken crossed the road. Either that's why people say the horse walked.
No, nobody says they watch child unless they watch child.
The one on the awning was most likely a girl of age, and that was something.
Most likely a girl of age. You're getting very lawyerly here, Wings.
Well, and that's something Kyle sent me, and it was on YouTube. And because
now you're blaming Kyle
you can't
from
find
PKA.
porn on YouTube.
So Kyle from PKA sent this to you. I'd like to talk to Kyle now.
Go for it. I mean, I'm telling you the stroke facts.
So he sent
I said
you that.
You can't find porn on YouTube, and he goes, here's some porn on YouTube. That's what it was.
Yeah, you should have your brains out like Boogie back in the day. Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah, you both would be in a better place right now if you're underground. Trust me, because you're getting your ass killed by the Ralph Mel live on your own fucking show, which I told you was gonna happen. I knew I'd with both of you idiots so fucking hard that you would have to let me on. You would have to let me on because neither one of you are even in the same galaxy as me when it comes to entertainment.
You're 400 viewers on like Rumble.
I don't give a fuck if I had 4 viewers. I'm more entertaining than both of you put together.
I get more viewers struggling and ranked in Call of Duty than you do in your kill stream.
No. See, I don't think you
Who
understand
cares about
even
viewer
why.
numbers?
It might be the drugs or it might be the alcohol. I'm not sure why. If you understand why you're here, but we brought you on the show to make fun of you, son. I hope you.
You're the
understand
ones
that.
getting made fun of.
Dude,
Yeah,
you're pretending that we're pals. That's not making fun of anybody.
I'm not pretending anything. There's clips all over YouTube.
That
of
doesn't make you a
about
fucking
watching
pedophile.
child.
That doesn't make you a pedophile.
Yeah, you came on here to
Okay,
make
talking
fun of
about child doesn't make you a pedophile. Talking
Never
about watching
porn.
child doesn't make you a pedophile.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, I'd have to disagree with that, Jordy.
You know what makes you a sex offender though? Revenge porn.
No, it doesn't actually.
Oh yeah. it does in
Ooh, you're
most
convicted
places.
of that. That's
Yeah,
why
No,
you
it
live
doesn't.
in Mexico.
Just remember.
Oh, are you a
even-
big feminist now? Are you a big feminist now? Who gives a fuck about revenge?
I believe if you make a fucking kid, you should support it. What about your kids? Why aren't you taking care of them?
What kids?
I know you got. At
You
least
got low
one.
libido. I don't even think you can
got
have
at least
kids.
one toddler.
Neither
that I
one of
know
you
about.
motherfuckers can even have kids. You
Hey,
motherfuckers
David.
can't even reproduce.
Come here for a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a
Honestly.
second. Come here. I need to see your reaction on camera real quick, okay? Ralph wants to know. Can I fuck you? Yeah. There you go, Ralph.
Oh wow,
Just-
yeah,
that's
you're
it.
Down
That's
syndrome looking. You look like you grabbed her
Oh,
from
yeah.
Arkham Asylum, by the way.
What are the legal troubles that you're currently going through and you getting arrested? I really don't know the story and I'm actually curious.
Well, I can't talk about certain things because of court issues. So,
But you can't even say why you're being sued or why you're being arrested?
well, I have an order in court preventing me from talking about certain people. I can't break that order. It does involve my personal life. That's about all I can say. No illegalities, but going through some familial issues that haven't been dealt with, unfortunately. And so I can't actually talk about those
a lot of people
and
say that
violate
you're,
a court order.
a lot of people say you're a sex offender because of some drama or something. Is that true?
No, that's not true.
You're not on a sex offender list.
I pled no contest to illegal release of imagery or some fucking bullshit law in Virginia, and so that's not a sex offense.
So you didn't have to register.
No, I'm not a registered sex offender at all. No,
Okay.
When's the next time you'll be back in the United States, you think?
I don't know. Whenever I beat your ass, if you step in the ring,
Well, you'll never have that chance because you're nobody.
Well,
See,
I
here's the
mean,
thing.
Boogie's
I'm a nobody.
Like I
I'm a
just told
nobody.
Trap.
But you brought me on your show because it was terribly boring before I
we
showed
brought
up.
Trap on too, and he's.
But
a
I'm the nobody.
Yeah.
I'm the nobody. But you brought
Yeah.
me on the show because it was just a snore fest before I showed
Gotta
up.
have somebody to make fun of. Gotta have somebody.
When
to
will
make
I be
fun
in
of
the
you.
U.S.? First off, why would I tell you that in the first place? And second off, whenever I will feel like it.
It's not about what I know. It's what the authorities know. That's why you don't want to talk about it.
No, I have no outstanding charges at all in the United States.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. What do you
We'll
mean
see.
we'll see?
I mean, you
Okay,
still haven't
let's
answered
prove
my
it.
question. Why you beat
I'd
women?
like to see how everything plays out.
I don't beat women, Wings. Why do you children?
There's multiple. Well, I don't know fucking children, but there's multiple.
Well, you talk
videos
about it enough.
and audio of you actively beating women.
There's
There is.
not
I've heard
audio
it
of that.
myself. People send
There's
it to
not
me.
audio of me beating anybody.
You need me to find it for you?
There is no audio of me beating
Would
anybody.
you like me to find it
period.
for you? We play it on screen.
There's no audio of me beating anybody.
I'm asking
There's
you, would you like me to
audio
do it?
of me having a heated argument with something I can't discuss, as I talked about earlier. But no, I
You
didn't
can't
beat
discuss it, but I
anybody.
can. You want me to play it on screen for us?
I did not beat anybody, and you can't prove otherwise. It's audio. What do you mean? You're gonna prove that I beat somebody with audio?
Oh man, they sounded like there was some slaps and hits in that audio to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds like you're a child beater to me. So
Sounds like you're a woman beater to me.
Wrap it up. We're going in circles. Wrap it up. Final
Yeah,
statements.
one last one before Ethan
they
goes. I got a
can't prove
question.
anything they said, but I can
Ethan.
prove everything I said.
Ethan, let me ask you something. Why'd you pay a male prostitute to fuck your ex-wife in the ass? And why did you admit to that on live stream, just out of curiosity?
I can't speak about that issue.
You can't
What
speak
the-
about this.
There's a lot
Because
of
it
things you
involves
can't
a
talk
person
about.
that I can't speak about.
Yeah.
I
It's
will
interesting
say
because
that
me and
everything
Jordan are
I've
an
said
open book.
online, as Wing said, shock jock comments. I can't speak about everything online,
the
unfortunately,
fuck?
concerning every person.
Well,
So
that's a shame.
I can't
'cause me and
actually
Wings are open
speak
books.
about a
Me and
certain
Wings are an
person
open
involved with that.
Well, of course,
So-
we don't have a lot of
See,
court cases
we
and
confuse
restraining
you. I
orders.
can't
So,
talk
you know.
about
Wing,
that.
Boogie, you're a felon for being an idiot and shooting a gun in front of Frank Hassel like a dumb. Like, what the f are you talking about? Are you
Yeah.
really going to talk about legal shit? Like, final thoughts, they both suck, Keem. I, don't know what to say.
I got a
Ladies and
final thought for you.
gentlemen,
Hold up,
Ethan
hold up. Hold up.
Ralph. Okay, wait.
Hold up.
wait
Thank you
a
for
second,
the
one
free
more thing.
contact, Ethan.
You just called me a stupid idiot, Ethan Ralph. So I got one question for you. What's a predicate?
A predicate is you being a pedophile.
What's a
He
predicate?
doesn't know what a predicate is, but he knows
What
what
is the
he knows what it's
predicate
like to be a predator.
What is that even? That's your like
You
comeback
call me
is what is a
stupid, you should know what a
predicate?
predicate is.
That's your comeback is
predicate?
what is a predicate?
Okay, how about this? What's 12 times 6?
What is a predicate and what is 12 times 6?
What's 12 times 6?
That's really your comeback. Well, I mean 12 times 6 is
Why don't you
obviously
answer?
72, but
Okay. You don't know what a predicate is.
I do know what a predicate is, but I just don't feel
What is
like
it?
the need I have to answer that.
You answered 72, but you didn't feel the need to answer a predicate?
Well, yeah, because I mean that's pretty easy if you don't like. I mean,
If you don't do a lot of drugs and fucking hide out in Mexico and drink yourself stupid, yeah, it's.
oh, I do a lot of drugs, yeah.
I know. We're aware.
But a predicate
We're
basically
aware.
describes the action in the sentence. But whatever. I mean, if you think that's a stumper, I think you admitting to watching. You know, well, you know what stumped me was you talking about watching a 14-year-old girl get up the throat by a horse.
You believe all that to the people that get paid to hate on me, bud.
You said it, motherfucker. What do you mean?
Here's the difference between me and you.
You
I've
said
had
it.
Hey, I've had the FBI investigate me.
Well, I haven't had that happen to me. Wings. Okay. Well, that's another thing we don't have in common. I've never had the FBI investigate me. I've never had my daddy jack me off. I've never had my wife accuse me of not being able to consummate my marriage. I've never had any of those things happen to me, but both you two motherfuckers have had that happen to you. And Boogie, you just got like 3 days ago, and it was hilarious. And shout out to Trap Daddy, and I hope I made you proud, buddy, because I blew him out even worse than you did.
Shout out to the
And
dude that
Keem,
beat
you know
your
what?
ass.
Keem, we've had a lot of beef, but I got to give you a lot of credit. When I told him I'd leave the political out, he said I'd bring you on, and I'll give you a little bit of credit, and you did. So shout out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Ralph.
I think it's
hiding in Mexico because he fucking hiding from his child support payments. He's beat multiple he's tried to beat multiple of his partners up. I heard that some of his partners have beat him up.
Yeah. I think it's fun that he looks at me, 11-year-old Steve, and the fact that my dad molested me and my parents abused me, and he's like, "That's fucking hilarious, man. That's really telling to the type of person you are."
I mean, we're talking about Ralph. Why would he give a Of course he's going to use that against you.
I think it's a cell phone because I don't think there's anybody out there who's like, "Oh yeah, haha, look what happened to that 11-year-old kid." Ha 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 ha. You know, like it's just such a cell phone to even bring that up. But I think he's not smart enough to see that. But it is what it is.
He was Googling awful fucking hard on that predicate too.
I know.
The difference between me and Ethan Ralph is like almost every ex I've ever had adores me.
Yeah.
And all of him have restraining orders or court cases against him.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day,
I've had one. That is true.
Yeah, I've had one ex, a girl that I dated for 2.5 months, probably had all of 10 dates with, come out and say some bullshit lies about me. Every other ex has had my back. What's that say? I imagine all these clout chasing women I screwed around with between 2017 and 2019, and ain't a single one of them came out to say anything bad because I even treated those women.
Well, you have an NDA with your wife.
No, what we had was a non-disparage agreement, and it terminated.
That's an NDA.
Yeah, but it became terminated on the day we got divorced. So she's welcome to say anything she's wanted to over the last 5-6 years, however long it's been.
Now it's a gentleman's agreement.
Wait,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
And also she didn't sign it. I did. I don't. My memory.
When you and your wife got married, you signed an agreement that you couldn't publicly say anything negative about each other.
So our lawyer put a piece of paper in front of us that said, "Look, a lot of these things get a lot messier after you guys start talking on Facebook. So here's what we're gonna have you do. We're gonna have you delete Facebook." Like, I'm not deleting Facebook. It's just sign the thing. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I don't want you guys talking anything between now and the day you get divorced. You can go bat crazy on the day you get divorced. I don't care. But we've come to an agreement today. Don't fuck up your own agreement. And I'm like, okay, that's easy to do. Because I know I didn't have negative things to say about her to begin with. I know she didn't have anything negative to say about me. She didn't want to sign it. I did. She said on Twitter she didn't sign it. I did.
Boogie, why did your wife leave you?
I think there's a lot of different reasons, but the easiest one is the fact that she became a nurse and not a housewife. She became a nurse instead of a wife. Like at the end of the day, I got so fat, so disabled, so unable to take care of myself that she ended up having to take care of me. And
that doesn't make sense.
She left you.
No, when you got married to her, you were at your max. When you got married to her, you were at your max. You were as big
but
as you ever were.
I was able to stand up. I was able to walk. I was able to do a lot of shit I couldn't do. And eventually my mobility failed me. And
Yeah,
one
but like,
day,
didn't she divorce you like after you dropped like 150 pounds?
yeah, she did me the favor of waiting until I was able to get up and take care of myself. But by then the love was gone, man. But she did me the favor of getting me through the surgery. She saved my life. She got me through the surgery, and she waited until I was on my own 2 feet, and that's when we separated.
Why did you
God
get
bless her
married in
for
the
doing
first place? Because she was nursing you then.
Stupidity. And no, she wasn't nursing me then, but it was stupidity. I don't know. I might end up marrying Desi. I think that's something we've talked about. In fact, I want to, but at the end of the day, there will definitely be an NDA this time. The first time there probably should have been one, but I was too chicken shit to ask. You know?
Why would you get an
but
NDA?
I don't think, or not an NDA, a fucking new prenuptial. Second marriage, everybody gets a prenup. It's kind of a given, right? But I probably should have had a prenup the first time around too.
Why would you get a prenup?
Just in case shit
you
fails,
got
man.
money. You got money, motherfucker. What do you need a prenup for if you got no money?
Well, I don't got much right now, but I do have a house, and I don't want to split my house. I don't want to split my magic collection. I don't want to split what's left of my crypto.
Oh, Lord, this man just said he doesn't want to split his magic collection.
Yeah,
Dude, morning after kill, you're saying pathetic in chat, dog. You have fucking shoes that probably have glue falling off the bottom of them. Why don't you go fucking wrap your broken hand?
I got an idea. Let's bring him in.
I have a
Morning
bunch
after kill. Did you break your hand?
Actually, it was just a bit of a fracture. It's pretty much healed up now. I'm pretty good.
You
But
broke your hand punching the wall.
I didn't realize that the fucking corner of the wall was made out of a steel beam. And when I was punching, I thought it was going to be plaster with a little bit of wood behind it. It'd be a little bit soft on the hand. It was not. There was no give, and my hand did not enjoy that. I wish I got off stream like 5 minutes earlier before when we was there. It's like then I would have been fine. But I kind of embarrassed myself the last stream, but that's all right.
Did you realize that if you went to my house and tried to beat me up, you probably got rolled?
Nah, I'd still whoop your ass, bro. It'd only take one punch to put you down.
You really think that's it, huh?
100%. Dude, you walked around the ring with a fucking disabled cancer patient.
I also boxed in that ring for like almost 2.5 minutes.
No, you didn't. You bopped Boogie on the head like 2 or 3 times, and pants fell down, and you got a rest, and then bopped him again.
I landed 27 power punches on Boogie, right?
You sure did.
And he still didn't go down. You called that a power punch. You couldn't knock out a cancer patient, bro.
We had 16-ounce gloves on, bud.
He barely
basically
made
training
it
mitts
in the
on.
ring, and
Yeah,
you
we
had
had
him with 27 power punches, and you still didn't knock him down. You didn't even make him stumble.
But like I'm a 1%. I can prove I'm not a diabetic, as you can see right here. Gastric sleeve in Mexico, May 25th of 2018. This is my latest blood work I just did, and the only thing that was high was my cholesterol. No diabetes. I'm not even a pre-diabetic.
Guys, I feel like with Lolcow Live, we've went over all the enemies, all the controversies. We've went over so much stuff so fast. Now it's kind of like, what's next? Vito is claiming he can save the show. Let's give Vito a shot. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a lot of accusations of pedophiles. Now we have a certified, verified defender. Ladies and gentlemen, Vito.
I'm just saying, look, Epstein seemed like a fun guy. I'd go to his party. If a guy offers me a plane ride, I'm going to check it out. When the kid starts trying to rub your feet, I might go, save that for, let Bill Gates have the kids rub their feet. Boogie, where's my dragon? That's what this is about.
Wait, which dragon?
See, you don't even remember. Boogie.
Which
We
dragon?
gotta get shit out.
Wait, did you just throw a cat? What the was that?
I did just throw a cat.
Did anybody see that? I saw a fucking cat's ass fly off his desk. What the fuck was that?
Boogie, we were having conversations. You were in a bad place.
Yeah.
You kind of insinuated to me. You said, Vito, I'm not long for this world.
Yes, sir.
I said, Boogie, don't say that. No, you're gonna live forever.
How many people did you confide into, Boogie? Good Lord.
Dude, when
Just
Boogie
about
was
everybody. I'll be honest
when
with
Boogie
you.
was suicidal, he literally would spend
Told
the
every
entire
human.
day calling different people, being like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm offing myself. Like, that's
It's
literally
true,
what he would do.
He never called my ass. I guess I wasn't in the inner circle.
Do you want to hear the
Yeah.
most embarrassing shit ever? This dude went to, I wasn't there, right? I didn't witness this, but this is secondhand, all right?
I'll verify this. This is true.
Boogie went to fucking VidCon, right? He was so worried that iDubbbz was going to go fucking make a content cop on him, right? And he went there with McJuggernuggets. Now, McJuggernuggets is trying to get Storyfire to blow up and be this like big thing. So McJuggernuggets is like getting prepared to pitch his app, Storyfire, which is a YouTube competitor, to iDubbbz. And he's all pumped up, ready to go. Hi, iDubbbz, nice to meet you. He's like, I want to tell you about this thing, Storyfire, right? Boogie interrupts them and says, I just want you to know, I know you're making a fucking video on me, iDubbbz, because I know you've seen the Reddit, and I know you've seen all the bad stuff that people are saying. I just want you to know, iDubbbz, I am going to kill myself. The minute you drop that content cop, I am going to put a bullet in my fucking brain, and
no,
I'm
that's
gonna
not
make
how
sure
this
I
happened.
film a video
That's a good move.
and put it on YouTube and let everybody know that you, the content cop, are the reason I died, right? And he goes on and on and on. And then iDubbbz goes, Boogie, I don't care, and walks away.
No, that's not how any of that happened. Did you want to hear how it actually happened? I was walking around VidCon talking about this problem, and I'm like, look, man, I'm going to go home and kill myself because I don't know how to solve this problem. Can you help me solve this problem? I did
What was the problem?
John Green. The problem was getting like this fucking Reddit shit and all these crazy people doxing me, harassing my ex-wife. And I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. Can you help me figure out how to deal with it? And so I'm at a party.
Help you stop the harassment, not help you kill yourself.
Right, yeah. Help me figure out how to live.
That would be a
this
crime,
shit.
I think.
Yeah, and ultimately with DMT and some other shit, I did realize that I just got to suffer it out as best I can. Like, what else can you do, right? Like, suicide is not an option. Don't fucking ever think it is.
You got to stop weaponizing sympathy.
iDubbbz finds me at a party, and he comes up to me, and he says, hey, Boogie, I heard you were going to yourself while I make this. I know McJuggernuggets is virgin, but also Keemstar. You remember McJuggernuggets is also the guy who said I brought those prostitutes to that party when it was grim. So don't trust everything Jesse has to say.
I'm just saying, chat, don't believe Boogie's story because I don't know.
Well, this is how it actually happened. You don't have. I'll tell you how it happened. You can believe whether you want to or not.
I feel like now McJuggernuggets should be able to plead his case of what happened.
Yeah, shit. I mean, he's not doing real good, but if he was going to come on, I'd be glad to have him. But Ian walks up to me and he's like, we're talking about that shit. And then Jesse's like, dude, help me pitch Storyfire to him. I want to pitch Storyfire for him. So I did walk up to him. I'm like, hey, I got a friend who wants to meet you. He's got a thing for you. He told me, I told him about Storyfire. He says, I don't give a shit about that. I'm like, just give Jesse 5 minutes. Just give Jesse 5 minutes. And then I walked away from that because once I knew iDubbbz wasn't going to make a video of me, I didn't really particularly care to hang out with iDubbbz. I had other people to talk to at that party.
Who do you want to hang out with?
Wait, time out. You went and trauma dumped, right? And you went and said, I'm going to kill myself to iDubbbz. But as soon as you found out...
he heard it secondhand. He heard it secondhand from someone else.
As soon as you found out that he wasn't going to make a video on you, you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's
because he wasn't being nice to me. He wasn't trying to be my friend. He wasn't like, Boogie, I'm really worried about your mental health. He's like, I don't give a fuck about you. I'm not going to make a video about you. You're not important enough. That's what he said. Why the fuck don't I hang out with that guy?
Can I ask a question? Yeah. What is up with these 40-year-old fat men and their toys? How many people do we see online, ladies and gentlemen? Fucking big old fat motherfuckers. You know they stink, right? And they cam up and talk to the internet, and they got children toys behind them. What the fuck is up? That's fucking weird. That is so.
I don't have any children's toys behind me.
I'm not talking Why do you about have a video game collection? I'm not talking about a video game collection.
Wait, why not? What's the difference? What's the difference? Team, you have the entire N64 library. That means you own a copy of like Elmo's Letter Adventure. Why do you own that?
It's the collection. It's the whole collection.
It's the collection. You don't have to buy every game. Just buy the games that don't suck.
No, it's a flex.
When I saw you bought a complete N64. I know, and when I saw you have bought the entire N64 collection, I went, oh, Keem has terrible taste in games. The N64.
I have the entire GameCube collection. I have the entire
terrible
Wii
system.
U. I have the entire Wii U collection. I have all these collections. What are you talking about?
Oh, keep listing off all the children toys you have.
Collections. The Wii U only had like 80 games. You're buying toys and garbage. The same as everyone else. You're trying to rekindle your childhood or have something to spend your money on before you flee this mortal coil. It's the same as me and Boogie, who owes me a fucking dragon statue. But then this harlot,
come get it, bitch. Come get it. Come get it. Pry it out of my dead hands. Come on, Vito. Come get it.
This wench came and convinced Boogie to live, and now I hate her because of her, he gave him a new lease on life, and I don't have a dragon. This is bullshit.
To answer this, I have every single game.
Look, if Keem, if you were collecting like Sega Saturn or like Dreamcast, like I'd have a bit of respect. But frankly, that N64 collection has got to go, buddy.
I have a
It's trash.
Dreamcast collection as well. Not
Dreamcast
a full,
collection, I'll give you respect for.
Not a complete
Not full,
one.
we'll finish that one.
This is my complete collection. So I have complete N64. I have a complete Wii U. I have a complete GameCube, North American GameCube collection.
Good.
That's
a good one.
I have a complete Turbo Graphics, and one of those games is worth 10 grand, by the way.
Yeah.
Is that Magical Chase? I believe.
Yes, Magical Chase. I have that. I have a complete. By the way, with GameCube, it's even nuttier because I have every single console they ever made, like every variation of every console. I got some fucking nutty shit. My collection's got to be worth probably $750K. If I were to guess. We got a $20 donation from Optimus saying, I speak for the entire hood when I say we need a whole podcast episode of Boogie talking about black people.
Yeah, I think you have deep insights into the African-American community.
I mean, I can tell you what was going on in the mid to late 90s in a specific part of the country while the African-American community
What kind of
was doing
food
that.
were they eating at the time? Like, what
you know,
what,
I had, not to be racist.
Okay, dude, all right, I'm good. F this shit. What kind of food were they eating? No, not on my watch. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it.